I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're embarking on an extraordinary journey through the magical world of Odyssey to a Brighter Tomorrow. In his debut novel, Michael Bellitto introduces readers to Niskenhow, a realm brimming with adventure, mythical creatures, and heartfelt lessons. This is a captivating story of perseverance, friendship, and growth, and it will inspire readers of all ages to believe in the enduring power of hope and resilience. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put him in the spotlight today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by purchasing his wonderful book. The links are below this interview, and by subscribing to our TV network, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Michael, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure and an honor.
It's a pleasure and an honor to have you on this show as well. This is such an original book. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration to write it.
So I've started to read books. In the past, I would read on and off, but in December 2020, I made it my goal. I'm gonna read for half an hour to an hour a day. I've read 68 books since then in 49 months, plus all of National Geographic and that, as well as the Bible because I'm a Christian. So I've expanded my mind, and then it was probably about a year ago. It was more than a year ago that I read Arnold Schwarzenegger's book Be Useful, and one thing he goes over in it is about with time management. Oh, you say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. There's 24 hours in a day. I think you could squeeze half an hour to an hour in a day to do something, like turn off the TV, don't play a video game or something. You could squeeze in an hour to do something that you care about for your future. Another part of it is it's sort of autobiographical, even though it's a fantasy story, but about with loss and different things.
Yeah. Well, it's very original. It's very creative. Arnold gave you good advice to utilize your time as wisely as possible, no doubt. Tell us about the world of Niskenhow, the world you created, and what people will find when they read about it.
So this is one little portion of it. I've written other short stories and drawn things and made writing systems and what have a calendar, what have you. So it's developed. This is just a section of it, of the being Branthun, and he's sort of like a Wookiee, like a Bigfoot sort of thing, but sentient, that could speak, and like a human, but lives in the forest. And has his family, friends, and it's about what happens with him, that he's leaving home, he's going to a different place, he's traveling up through a forest, over a mountain, to another land, to start fresh, and all these different things that happen there, and meets up with different sort of beasts and beings of different tribes, different sort of sentient beings, and all sort of things happen along the way.
Yeah, very, very creative. Have you envisioned this as a movie, perhaps?
Yes. I have a lot more in my head.
Good, good. So this is the first book you've written, but you've got other stories ready to go, right?
Not fully, not in written out completely,
Yeah.
but the storyline. There's I forgot the word for it. The an overview of the stories.
Right,
I have
right.
many, and a world map and different things, so I could just put it in, plug it in, and work at it to develop the other stories of this world.
Yep, absolutely. That's what it begins with. It begins with an idea, and you take that idea, you turn it into energy, you turn it into a screenplay or to a book, and you never know where that idea will take you. Tell us a little bit about Branthun.
So he lives in underground cave dwelling, and it's not a nasty cave. It's a house basically with furnishings and different things. It's just more in touch with nature, and he has lost his parents, and he's trying he's sort of stuck in a rut. He's okay, goes about life, but he's not getting anywhere, and he has a friend Timton who he sees like travel back and forth sometimes to go see his parents in another land, and that place is like hears such good stories about it. There's different sort of sentient beings there. They all get along and like live their life, and he like thinks I got to make a change. I'm gonna go and like sell what I can't carry, give away what I can't carry, and then start fresh, going with my friend Timton to travel to this new place and have a fresh start at life.
Yeah. Your book offers a lot of hope. In fact, it seems like it's very Christian in its themes. Tell us a little bit about how your Christian faith helped shape the messages of this book.
Mm. So it'd be about like my life would be that my mom passed away
Hmm.
in 2007. Like suddenly she had died from pneumonia, and then my dad passed away a week before Christmas in December 2010, and I was
Wow.
like really depressed then. But like I was like a Christian. I didn't feel it's good to like go to church and like pray and read the Bible. I still did it. I still did the good I know I should do, even though I didn't feel it helped. And like I'm here now. It's
Mhm.
14 years later. So I didn't like give up, and I still like, pressed on even though I was depressed. I still
Yeah.
like, pressed on, and I still like feel sad about my mom and dad. It was just Christmas time. So it's like not that happy time of year, but like, God is always with me. God is always with
Mm.
people to help carry you through your struggles. And you just have to like do the good you should do, even if you don't feel like it. Do it
Yeah.
anyway, and you'll be blessed.
And part of it, I guess, it's the message of the book is that even if your loved ones aren't with you, they're with you in a different realm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what it was like writing this book. Did you work on it a half hour a day, or did you just sit there and pound it all out in a matter of hours or weeks? Tell us a little bit about the writing process.
It's stressful. But I would always like, when I'm out working my day job, I'd be like writing, and when I'm working, I'd be like during free moments, I would be thinking about it, of like,
Mhm.
okay, like this to add on, and then when I would be home at night, I'd be like writing. Well, I'd be typing it up, or if like when I'm at work and I had some inspiration, I would type it on my phone and then email it to myself so I can go and like add it in and edit it on the computer when at home.
Gotcha. How long did it take you to write the book?
Um, a few months, I'd say like 3 months, like really jamming it in. So it's
Yeah.
pretty like stressful.
I'm sure. I'm sure. When you were doing all of your reading starting in 2020, who were some of the authors that impressed you? Who do you like as writers?
I read one of my favorites was the Darth Bane trilogy.
Mhm.
It's I can't remember the author's name right now, but so it's like a Star Wars sort of like prequel to thousands of years ago of how like
Mhm.
the ruler two with like Darth Vader and the Emperor Palpatine, how that all started. So it's like his story of Darth Bane and his apprentice and like his life and struggles, and but he turns to evil, not to good, through his difficulties.
Hmm.
And another one was Lord of the Rings inspired me as well, which even like years before I wrote a paper in high school about like how Lord of the Rings connects to Christianity, of like different symbolism in that. And J.R.R. Tolkien was a Christian, well, Catholic Christian, and like
Mhm.
a college professor. So like he's someone I look up to. J.R.R. Tolkien is one of my literary heroes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Those are your literary influences. What about your cinematic influences? What are some of the films that inspired this creativity in you?
Um, I would say like George Lucas with Star Wars. I'm a
Mhm.
Star Wars nut, and Lord of the Rings is another one
Yeah.
that inspires me. But like other than that, years ago when I was in school, I read by Danielle Steele. She usually writes romance books, but
Mm.
I read a book. It was like a biography of one of her sons. It's called His Bright Light. It's about one of her sons that like struggle with depression and different things.
Mm.
Even though he's like a great musician and like great with people person, but yet he still like has this inner struggle with
Mm.
depression and having like problems, and that she writes this book about like honoring her son, and that really like touched me. I read it when I was maybe in 8th grade or 7th or 8th grade, and like I still remember that I have it in the hallway because I was gonna let someone borrow it, but they can't read. Like the print is too small because it's an older lady.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that sounds like an inspiring book. Certainly, a lot of people do struggle with depression, no matter what's going on in their lives. They could be you're rich, they could be famous. It doesn't matter. Sometimes depression seeps in, so it's good to get help when needed if you're struggling with that. No doubt. To the folks at home who are watching, are you thinking about writing a sequel to Odyssey for a Brighter Tomorrow?
It wouldn't be a sequel, but it would be like a parallel. So it's on the same world, Niskenhow, and it would be, well, I already have it started, one of them
Great.
that so it's like, in a different country, different sort of beings, and one it's basically going to be in a like a journal format of him writing about his life. So they're completely separate characters. Like, in our real world, there's about 8 billion people. Everyone has a different life. Like, you could be in the same world and things be very different. So it's going to be same world, different person, like not human being, but sentient being, and their different journey.
Sounds great. Sounds great. What do you hope readers take away from your book? What do you hope they learn?
That even though if you have like struggles in life, you're going through difficulties, to just like keep pressing on, and that like friends are the family you choose, and that if you have a loss, don't give up hope, just keep pressing on. And it's okay to feel sad and feel emotions, but keep hope alive on the inside.
Absolutely. There will be a brighter tomorrow, and hence the name of the book, Odyssey to a Brighter Tomorrow. It is Michael Bellitto's debut novel, and it introduces readers to Niskenhow, a realm brimming with adventure, mythical creatures, and heartfelt lessons. It is a captivating story of perseverance, friendship, and growth that will inspire you and readers of all ages to believe in the enduring power of hope and resilience. Michael, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor.
The honor is all mine, sir. I appreciate your time. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.